The start of a new year is hours away. The anticipation of a fresh start in 2026 is also a time to reflect on all that happened in 2025. News 5's Bill Folsom has a look back.
Day one, January 1st, 2025, and Colorado Springs is part of national news. A Cybertruck blows up at the entrance of the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. The likely perpetrator lived in Colorado Springs, an active-duty Special Forces soldier found dead.
And I know a lot of people are scared right now.
Later in the year, another resident of Colorado Springs is caught on video and arrested for what the FBI calls a targeted terrorist attack in Boulder. Mohammed Soliman, who lived in the Springs with his family, is accused of firebombing demonstrators, calling for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza.
Over half the people inside were illegals.
Raids by ICE, immigration, and customs enforcement happened across the country in 2025, including southern Colorado. A combined ICE and DEA raid at an underground nightclub in southeast Colorado Springs resulted in drug, weapons, and prostitution arrests. Law enforcement says more than 100 are suspected of being in the country illegally. Midsummer, an ICE agent reportedly shot at illegal immigrants who tried to ram agents as they fled in a vehicle in Black Forest. Jose Mendez Chavez got away. ICE information shows he's wanted because he's been removed from the country 6 times and has been convicted for child abuse and domestic violence.
You need a majority PhD faculty.
When federal cuts threaten civilian faculty and employees at the Air Force Academy, many spoke up, saying the move threatens the elite institution's accreditation.
But it certainly will hurt.
Colorado Springs leaders in Washington call President Trump's decision to pull Space Command from Colorado Springs and move it to Alabama an abuse of power and blatant political decision.
What do we do?
We show up!
Thousands in southern Colorado aligned with demonstrators across the country at No Kings rallies protesting President Donald Trump. Protests at the ballot box changed the trajectory of several proposed developments in southern Colorado. In January, Colorado Springs City Council approved the annexation of the Carmen Line development in eastern El Paso County. A petition and then vote that followed stopped the approval. And the future of the proposed Buc-ee's along I-25 at the edge of Palmer Lake caused protests and impacted elections in the small town. The Buc-ee's future remains in question.
Everyone talks about it all the time.
I will never know what happened to my son.
A plea deal for John and Carrie Halford was rejected by a judge after protests from family members of the nearly 200 dead bodies found piled in the Return to Nature funeral home. Months later, the judge accepted a second plea deal with potential of prison time up to 50 years.
It makes you wonder, what kind of corner do we have for Pueblo, Colorado?
More bodies were found improperly stored at another funeral home, this one in Pueblo. The Davis Funeral Home, run by the now former Pueblo County coroner Brian Cotter. The case remains open.
Sad to hear, that it be taken away from us.
Hundreds of boat owners who dock at the Pueblo North Marina were at a loss when they learned the storage and launch site would close. Negotiations resulted in a deal with Colorado Parks and Wildlife to keep it open.
Investigators say there are several problems with the building.
Jenkins Middle School in Colorado Springs did close for the first half of 2025 due to cracking walls and shifting soil under the school. A $31 million investment got it partially open for the new school year, with replacement work ongoing. After years of continuous psych evaluations, accused Planned Parenthood shooter Robert Deere died nearly 10 years to the day after the deadly attack in Colorado Springs.
In the end, he's exactly where he ought to be.
When I got back from break, you're like, Brett, go outside.
Yes.
First time I've ever seen the Northern Lights, and they were awesome.
2025 also brought awe and intrigue. A strong solar flare resulted in rare conditions, offering spectacular views of the Northern Lights all the way to southern Colorado. There is now a dedicated honor bell in southern Colorado. Thanks to lobbying and fundraising efforts of locals, it symbolically rings at the funerals of veterans.
Just watch almost the waves that happen.
A massive outdoor art installation in Green Mountain Falls went viral, turning the centerpiece of a small art festival into a summer-long attraction, bringing in visitors from across the country. What's claimed as the largest wildlife crossing in the country also went viral as it was built over I-25 just north of the El Paso County line. And hosting the U.S. Senior Open Golf Championship at the Broadmoor focused a lot of attention on Colorado Springs. The scorecard for Colorado Springs 2025 shows a lot happened. Bill Folsom, News 5.